Here we are, in the Ruby Sea and about to leave. We've done all we can here. Not yet. Talk to Alice first. According to my map, the plains of Yanxia lie to the west. Of note is the one river upon which the shores of Doma was built. I'm sure I talked about them before I ended last night, or yesterday. This is it. We're finally headed to the heart of Doma. I can't help but be a little nervous. You did well, Shira. Were it not for the tremendous strength and bravery of you and yours, many innocent souls would have suffered terrible fates. Though I knew the Confederacy would be loath to meet the Imperials in battle, I also knew that if any could win them over, it would be you. Truly yours is a heroic spirit that inspires men to rise above their circumstances, to strive for something greater. It will be an honor to travel with you again. Yay, Gosetsu already has so much faith in us. Now then, let us not squander the Confederacy's gift. Yanxia and my countrymen await. There is a tunnel to the southwest. We need but follow it to reach our destination. With me. But seriously, how does he fight in those shoes? Whee. And here is said tunnel. And now we have set foot in Yanxia, in what used to be Doma. Unfortunately, things happened. Doma doesn't even really exist anymore. Meanwhile, on the shores of Othard, because we have to confirm that people survived.
We cannot rest here for long. This place is not safe. Mayhap nowhere is, if thieves can breach our vaults. Nevertheless, it is our duty to protect these treasures, and we shall not fail for want of effort.
So, this is why you abandoned your posts. And without a word of explanation.
Huh. I like that detail on the bottom of her kimono.
Of you, was it not?
Lady Yotsuyo, pray forgive us our absence, but our home was under attack, our vaults plundered by outsiders.
Did you even pause to consider the possibility that it might be a diversion? What is the point of contracting your services if you are not here when they are required? It is my solemn charge to bring these vermin to heel. To torment them, body and soul, until all they hold dear is as bitter ashes in their mouths. And then you go and ruin everything! There's naught to be gained in belaboring the point. All that remains is to administer your punishment.
Wait, my lady!
And this poor guy, just having to murder everyone. Like, they didn't even try to fight back. I mean, I know it's a big hammer, but this guy is not really that hard to fight.
No, it's no good. There's just no joy in it. No release. There needs to be some investment. There were negligent imbeciles deserving of punishment, but it was hardly personal. 10,000 such Korjin could not satisfy me half so well as a single Doman.
They didn't abuse her. There just happened to be a nice shiny katana here.
And what do we have here? One of the vaunted treasures of the Red? The craftsmanship is certainly impressive. Mayhap we can use it to make amends.
How long before Lord Xenos reinstates me, do you reckon? I've got unfinished business back in Eorzea.
This guy.
Is serving me really so unbearable? At least pretend to enjoy it, you witless lump! If you are so desperate to earn a way back to Eorzea, then be quiet and do as you're told. And bring that sword while you're at it.
This poor guy will never see Eorzea again. Gina's probably already forgot the guy exists. It's very much likely. Meanwhile, Roxas is losing his mind back there. But at least he's playing with an actual toy for him and not with something... Well then. Okay, the zoomies have struck. Absolutely losing his mind.
I remember the silence. How the talking stopped when we first set foot on the plains of Yanxia.
Those don't look much like plains to me, I'm just saying. Plains are supposed to be flat.
Before us stood yet another wall, and through a great Magitech field we glimpsed Doma Castle. I'll never forget the sight, or the anger I felt that day. Life, liberty, hope, so much lost, so much taken. As we walked through that war-torn land, no one said a word.
The only reason Shara wouldn't say anything is because she doesn't really talk much. Alright, they have tigers here. Tiger, burning bright. There's a weariness, a desolation, an emptiness. This place, I don't know what I expected. Yes, this is far enough. Ere we proceed further, I should speak of Yanxia and what became of her, of what lies beyond the great wall at the heart of Doma. And we should be glad to hear it, but is it wise for us to have this conversation here on the road, out in the open? Once your caution would be warranted, but no longer. Xenos did not linger after he crushed the rebellion. He appointed Yanxia to act in his stead and quit these lands for fresh sport. The acting viceroy was no less merciless than her master. Without warning, her men would march into villages and search for radical elements, killing and torturing any who dared resist. Then, as quickly as they had come, they left. Satisfied that the memory of the purges would keep the people in line, she relaxed her grip on Yanxia. What need for a leash when the dog is broken? The village of Namai lies to the west. Though I doubt the Imperials are present, let us proceed with caution. Well, I guess not everyone sympathizes with Yanxia, but there is a fair number of people who will sympathize with Yanxia later in the game. Some people will sympathize with Fordola. Some people don't think she deserves happiness or second chance or anything. And some people feel the same about Xenos. It's really weird how the villains in this story kind of divide people a lot. Maybe that's a sign that they are well-written villains. Despite everyone, a huge chunk of people thinking Xenos is not well-written. I don't know what's wrong with those people. Even if there aren't any soldiers in the villain, it would be foolish to simply stride in and announce ourselves. It seems peaceful enough to me. There she is, the humble village of Namai. How delicious her rice, how sweet her persimmons. Too long has it been since I saw her with mine own eyes, and for a mercy the Imperials appear to be absent. Let no man claim that I am reckless. Prudence has ever been my watchword. Shara, venture closer if you would, and confirm that there are no soldiers lurking about. Alrighty.
We may be in luck. I don't see a single Imperial soldier.
You both look kind of out in the open, I'm just saying.
Then there is no need to remain hidden. Let us go and greet them as friends.
Sure, Gosetsu. That seems like a brilliant idea.
I'm going too.
To greet the broken and terrified people.
Good people of Namai, hearken to me. We come in peace and desire only information to learn of recent events.
Isn't that the General?
Lord Gosetsu, can we preserve your right? He lives.
I say, brothers and sisters, is aught amiss? Why do you regard me as one with a wild beast? Why is there fear in your eyes? Why do you tremble so? Ah, but of course, you fear me a vengeful spirit of the dead. Rest assured, naught could be further from the truth. For am I not corporeal? Are my feet not firmly set upon the ground?
Oh, Gosetsu.
What should we do? If they catch him here, you know what will happen.
Of all the times for him to turn up, has the old fool lost his mind?
We're simply here to set you all free. That's all we're doing.
You? But why have you come here? What do you want from us?
I know not who you are to speak thus to your elders, boy, but mine only desire is to be received with the hospitality owed a humble traveler, not the fear and trepidation one might afford a wrathful shade.
What you going on about? Actually, never mind, just come with me, now!
Who is this boy and where is he taking us? Judging from the reactions of the villagers, it's probably best that we left. I do not understand. Was it not clear that we wish to remain a while? Gosetsu, you're an old man. You should know how to read people. I guess some people are just like that. I don't know who you people think you are, but do you have any idea what would happen to us if you were found in our village? Again, you address us with unwarranted spite. I have let your impropriety pass until now, but no longer. Who are you, boy, to speak to me thus? Know you not who I am? I am Issei of Namai, a farmer just like my father before me and his father before him. I wouldn't expect a man like you to know who I am, but I know you. We all do. Lord Kaien's retainer and leader of the rebellion, Gosetsu, notorious fugitive wanted dead or alive by the Empire. Is that what this is all about? I am hardly the first man to earn the ire of the Empire, nor will I be the last. Was not Namai home to brave and true warriors who fought beneath our banners for king and country? They fought and they died, every last one, and then the Imperials came in looking for more, because of them. They were this close to killing us all, to burning our village to the ground. We've only just begun to enjoy some semblance of peace. Never again. Never again, do you understand? We've had enough of you and yours. Whatever it is you're plotting, leave us out of it! Impassioned as his pleas may be, surely he must know that I cannot leave things as they are. But for now, I shall respect his wishes. We must continue towards our final destination, the House of the Fierce, proud headquarters of the Doman Liberation Front. There is a secret entrance to the north of Namai by way of a small spring. Come, I will show you. Let's see. Let's go back up to Namai. We gotta go attune that Aether as much as they might not want us to. Aetherite? This way. Okay, there it is. Very quiet village. Probably because most of their people are dead. Alright. That's where the path is. Alright, let's drop down here. It's fine. Just twisted my ankle a little. Three little water sprites. Where's Lise? And there I was thinking our swimming days were behind us. This way, this way. We must dive into the water. Have no fear, Shara. It is but a short distance. You need not hold your breath for long. Well, the thing is, Gosetsu, we don't even need to hold our breaths. We can straight up just breathe underwater. Why am I on that? Oh, I was on the hotbar because mount. That's why. I guess they just use, like, I guess it just helps you ascend faster. Valley of the Fallen Rainbow. Not that we can see the Fallen Rainbow from in here. Music here is interesting. How invigorating! Congratulations, my friends. You are come to the House of the Fierce. Let's see. That's not as good as what I already have. So we will take more materia. You are Shara Galvas Renage, are you not? We were told of your coming. No flinching at the Galvus part of my name at all. Lulz. Because this is technically Shara reimagining her mom's journey. And her mom did not have the name Galvus at this point. Heroes of Eorzea, we of the Doman Liberation Front are honored to receive you. If you would be so good as to follow me.
This is the House of the Fears. But there are so few of them.
Many kindred spirits remain in hiding following the rebellion. Many others gave their lives for their nation. We are the stubborn remainder. Even accounting for our comrades in the field, we are at a fraction of our former strength, 'tis true. Yet we few are patriots. Brothers in arms, prepared to fight with every fiber of our being to set our people free.
They're all ninja.
Ever are we hopeful that others will join our cause, but never did I dream that you would journey so far.
Oh, hi, Yugiri.
Yugiri! Gods, it's good to see you. You look great, by the way. Have you been here long?
I returned but recently, having concluded my mission. Oh, it is good to see you again, my friends.
Did
Hugs.
I hear aright? Your mission is concluded? Then you have found the young master.
Ere we speak of that, I would know by what fortuitous circumstance our friends came to be here.
We're here to liberate Doma.
The Empire's crimes are all too familiar. This, my heart goes out to your people.
We wanted to stay and fight, believe me, but we knew it wouldn't work. We needed more time to rebuild, and more allies to stand with us against the Empire. So we decided to come here and help you free Doma. To show everyone that you're not alone, and that the Garleans can be beaten if we work together. I'd like to think we proved that in the Ruby Sea.
That you did, Lys, and far more besides. Needless to say, your assistance would be most welcome.
Hear, hear. Now then, Yugiri, you must tell me of your search for our master.
Lest you wonder, he speaks of Lord Hien, son of Lord Cayenne, who perished during the rebellion. When it became clear that all hope of victory had gone, Lord Hien bade us deliver as many of our people as we could to safety beyond our borders. But as his father's heir, he was determined to fight on, and so he did, until he suffered a grievous wound in battle and vanished without a trace. Until now. For I have found Lord Hien, seen and spoken with him, on the Azim steppe.
O boundless and merciful Kami, the young master lives. Tell me, was he well? Did his wound yet ail him? Where is he now? Have you brought him back to us?
You may take comfort in the knowledge that he is hale and whole. However, when I invited him to return with me to Doma, he had this to say. If Doma yet thirsts for the blood of patriots and tyrants, I shall offer unto her my blade. But if she has had her fill of bitter draughts, I shall offer unto her conquerors my head. Thrice did I declare to him that no true son or daughter of Doma would ever accept such a sacrifice. But for all my passion, he would not be swayed. Learn the truth of her heart and return to me, he said. And so I left him.
words of one made to wear the mantle of leadership too soon. Yet there is wisdom in them all the same. If the people no longer yearn to be free, 'twould be folly to rekindle the fires of war.
To suffer our master, to surrender his life and forsake all hope of freedom is by far the greater folly. I will not go to face my fallen comrades having done naught to stop it.
Nor I, Shadow Walker, nor I. But we need not rouse our comrades to battle this day. Let us instead welcome our honored guests and allow them a moment of respite.
Whee! And look at this broken Itinerary. I noticed it the very first time I ever came here with Shell, and I'm just like, well, that's not good. Although it turns out they did it on purpose. Don't worry, we'll be able to attune to it eventually. As you can see, they went to great lengths to disable the Aetherite. Apparently, in the twilight days of the rebellion, they feared that Xenos would be willing to risk sending unattuned conscripts. That said, it is hardly irreversible. They have the necessary materials. It would be a challenge to repair it alone, but mayhap with my brother's help. You should hear this, Shara. He was just telling me about Xenos and the rebellion. Tell me all about my daddy. What you have to understand is that it was not a simple matter of numbers. The bulk of the 12th never even took the field. It was Xenos' stratagems that won the war. They were unlike anything we had ever seen. His formations were unorthodox, bewildering. We honestly thought we had him on the back foot. One moment we were pressing home our advantage, the next we were surrounded and at his mercy. And then he stood before us, his cornered prey, alone and unarmed. He beckoned us to come forward and fight for our lives. One by one my comrades charged, fearless and unflinching. He would dance amidst their blades for a time, then draw close as if to embrace. One after another. He made us watch, do you understand? He made us watch. What kind of monster enjoys killing people? I do not think there was any joy in it. No, nor justice, nor morality, nor meaning. To him, the weight of one life is no different from that of 1,000. A challenge had been issued and was accepted, but on finding us no challenge at all, his objective changed. There were tales of Imperial soldiers being flayed for slaughtering families, for breaking brave men's spirits. Only later did I come to understand why. He did not desire obedience, he desired hate, and men consumed by it. A new battle, a new enemy, a new challenge. The hunt, I am told he called it. A hunt without end. And when all our best lay dead and broken, he left. He left, muttering that we had bored him. But our weapons, at least, held his interest. For he took a fallen samurai sword, having grown fond of it. Since that day he has ever wielded Far Eastern blades. He is said to be fascinated by ones with storied histories, and so soldiers who seek to curry his favor often present those of defeated enemies as gifts. It's like it's all a game to him. People are suffering, dying, and he's collecting swords? We all feel the same, but my lady, you must understand. On the battlefield, reasons do not matter. The victor is not the just, but the strong, and the strong have become the heroes of the tale. We are not strong enough. It is not sufficient to be right, to be just. Without strength, our path has but one end. And you read that, and people read that, and they don't think that Xenos is a well-written and interesting character? Like, my gosh, reading that was one of many things that sparked my real interest in him. I found all that fascinating about him. I don't understand people who don't find him interesting. Excuse me, I have to cry because, it's so frustrating sometimes. Ooh! No, that's not shogi. It looks kind of similar. Maybe it's based on a different game. Maybe. Mayhap a brief respite is in order. Were I 20 years younger, these wounds would not warrant a second glance. Alas, no samurai has the strength to defeat that villain old age. But what say you to the House of the Fierce? Compared to your rising stones, I concede it may seem somewhat lacking. But it has been a haven for these past 10 years to all who would set Doma free. Regrettably, our efforts in that time has come to little and less. When the Emperor died, we were so sure the hour of our liberation was at hand. But Xenos soon put paid to that, and with the aid of Yanxia and the secrets she sold. Shara, I do hope you have taken this opportunity to rest and recover. It is well that you spoke with one of the survivors of that massacre. To defeat one's foe, one must first understand his true nature. As the Alamegan Resistance has struggled, so too has the Doman Liberation Front. More so, perhaps, given the precarious position in which we find ourselves in the wake of our doomed rebellion. We are few, and our enemies are legion. We are weak, they are strong. Yet, with your help, I believe that there is little we cannot achieve. I only hope the depths of our predicament has not shaken your commitment to our cause. No, I relish the challenge. You relish the thought of facing that monster again? But of course, the hero of Eorzea fears no foe. You tell yourself that all you want, Yugiri. You tell yourself that it's all because I'm the hero of Eorzea. Has nothing to do with the fact that I am just like him. Now then, I should be glad to discuss our next course of action. Though now that I think on it, I myself been away from Doma for some time, and even after my return, the search for Lord Hien commanded my full attention. Mayhap it would be to both our benefit if we were to see the reality of Doma for ourselves. For did my lord not bid me to learn the truth of her heart? Let us do this together, Shara. Let us go among the people, and with our own eyes bear witness to their hardship. As a foreigner in these lands, your reputation does not precede you. Moreover, unlike Gosetsu, I can accompany you without attracting unwanted attention. I'd like to join you if that's all right. By all means, we should be glad of your company and your perspective. Namai is not far. I say we begin there. Sounds good, considering it's pretty much the only town in all of Doma we can visit that still has people in it. We are not allowed to go up and out that way yet. That entire half of Yanxia is currently closed off to us. You still just talking about the Aetherite? These caves make for a natural hideaway and could be easily defended in the event of an attack. That said, the entrance is not the most convenient. Agreed. We have to swim. You can't really see why it's called the Valley of the Fallen Rainbow until you're able to fly. Like, you can kind of get an idea of it from, well, when we open the second half of the map. From a certain perspective you can see it, but you can't really see it until you can fly. Alright, climb back up to the village. It is nighttime. If I remember, I have a couple macros that I really need to set up at some point. But that's not until, like, the last dungeon of this expansion that I'm gonna put them to use. For reasons y'all will see. And hopefully will be of amusement to my fellow dungeon goers, people, I don't know. Party members, that's the words I'm looking for. Yugiri told me to wear this outfit. My legs haven't felt this light and airy in ages. Really? I mean, most of the time you don't even wear pants, Lise. I guess you're talking about your long boots or something, I don't know. Oh, Shara, I'm glad to see that you two put thought into your garments given the covert nature of our activities. Yeah, sure. I totally did. I should think my reason's obvious. To enter the village while wearing the garb of the shinobi would be beyond reckless. We shall pose as traveling merchants, Shara as our leader, and we as her assistants. Are there any objections? Yeah, sure, I look like a merchant. I'm not really the merchant type, but if you think this would be the best way to go about it, I'll trust you. Then without further ado, let us begin. This is really more my twins' expertise, I'm just saying. I think this is a terrible idea. Weren't you the one that came with the general? No? I see. My mistake. It warms my heart to see traveling merchants in Namai again. Though the Imperials never sealed our borders, folk like you have taken to avoiding Yanxia ever since the rebellion. Unfortunately, it has made it harder for us to survive. You may have noticed, but we lack for a great many things. It was not much better before, true, but it has only gotten worse. Let's go talk to this Falcon Porter real fast. They are not wearing chocobo hats. Not surprising. You? A merchant? Forgive my skepticism, but you strike me less a woman of commerce and more a common sellsword. Smile! I stand corrected. Such a warm and cordial nature you possess. I pray you forgive my earlier rudeness. It has been some time since the Viceroy came to our village to purge it of insurgents. Those who resisted suffered terribly, and those who did not fared little better. We who remain know better than to risk her ire. If the Imperials demand laborers, we comply. If they demand conscripts to send us soldiers to other provinces, we obey. Ours is a difficult life, with little in the way of luxuries. I know not what you sell, merchant, but I doubt that I, nor anyone else here, can afford it. Wolfman! A traveling merchant? With meat, perchance? Bah, better not to know when I have so little coin. I feel your eyes upon me. Know you not the Lupin? Surely you have not been long in Yanxia, else you would. For generations we served the lords of Doma, compassionate and wise as they were. But the memories of such times fade with each passing day, as others will tell you. Wolfman! Look at the Wolfman! They're kind of a beast tribe, but they're not an official beast tribe, I don't think. They're not one you can do quests for. Foreign peddlers? In Namai? Whatever it is you sell, I have no money to buy. Perhaps you should go elsewhere. Saying that, I know of no village in Yanxia that has fared better. Once I would have directed you to the samurai lords of Monzin, had they not all died in battle or in the purges. There is the Doman Enclave, of course, but what lies beyond the Dairyu Moon gates? but that lies beyond the Diary of Moon Gates. Needless to say, the Imperials are disinclined to let any but their own pass. Well, if that doesn't all sound depressing... Whee! I've seen these looks before. That same weary hopelessness, just like in Alagana. Shara, what have you learned? That they are all very depressed and sad. Lise and I encountered much the same. They have been pushed beyond the brink. I expected frustration and disillusionment, but not so much that they would come to question the wisdom of opposing Imperial rule in the first place. Unless we can convince them otherwise, I fear I cannot convince Lord Hien to return, and without him... Let us not yet lose hope. Though the situation in Namai is bleak, perhaps it is not so elsewhere. I wish to speak to the others outside the village. Lisa and I will look for farmers in the paddies to the east. Shara, I ask that you look to the south. Surely they cannot all have given in to despair. Also, there is a blue quest. Let's go do this blue quest. Apparently this guy has the same idea. I wonder what he's waiting for. Or maybe that's just... Okay, yeah, that is in queue. Okay. We don't need earrings. You have doubtless already taken in the paddy fields that fill Namai. We rice farmers consider our paddies as children. They certainly require just as much attention. There is rarely a day that we do not worry about pests or something else that might do our fields harm. If you would like to know more about our life in our village, why don't you try helping us tend to our paddies? Speak with my husband, Agata. I know he will be glad for your help, glad for any help he can get. Alright, up this way. Very perilous path, isn't it? Oof. Oh, there we go. There he is. Hope you don't mind me driving right over all your rice paddies, fields, stuff. You would like to help me tend my fields? That sounds fantastic to me. There aren't too many young folk left in the village, and rice farming is hard work, let me tell you. Firstly, I would have you remove the arrowheads from my fields. It is a pesky weed that inhibits the growth of the rice plants. Come speak with me again once you are done. Gotta weed the garden. Or the fields, or whatever. Up here, okay. Whee! I see you've worked up quite a sweat. Thanks for helping. Namai is actually a local term for the arrowhead. It does make you wonder who thought naming the village after a weed was a good idea. Next, we need to deal with any pests that lurk in the paddies. Although it will not be your job per se. We shall use the house sparrows I have trained for the task. I keep them in this bird cage. Please set them free near my paddy fields. Once they have all flown from the cage, clap your hands. I have trained them to recognize that as the signal to begin working. Alright, this I think is where we are going. We have let the birds go. Now let us clap. Actually, I have to clap at them, I guess. Go, birdies, go! Thank you so much for all your help. We will not be needing to worry about pests for the time being. I have told my wife to give you some compensation for your troubles. Go on ahead and talk to her. I still have some work to take care of here. Whee! So many buttons that the Gunbreaker has. I have 2 full bars, albeit 2 of them are for my mount and my Aether Compass, but still. Compared to some others, it's pretty busy. Hello again. I do hope the work was not too hard on you. It is not a very easy job, but the sense of satisfaction when you are able to taste the very rice you have reaped, words do not do the sensation justice. Harvest is still a long way off, but we are ready to put the work in. All we need is a little help from the weather, and things will be fine. Oh my, I almost forgot. Here's your payment for today. Yay! That was all we had. No, there's another one somewhere. Sit down. This way? I guess it's down there, maybe. Let's see. Twist my ankle again. Fukata. Hello there, traveler. I require your help if you have some time. While I belong to the Doman Deliberation Front, I am also a proud resident of Namai with my own responsibilities to the village. I have been told to guard this spring, and under no circumstances am I to leave my post. However, there is another job related to the village I need to take care of. I was hoping you might do it in my stead. Here, take this liquid and sprinkle it around the area over there. You have my thanks. The area over there. 6 places. Goodness, man. Alright, looks like I actually have to go. Alright. Let us mount up. I wonder if this quest is supposed to be, this quest title is meant to be a reference to 7. When you're in the, whoops. When you're in the vents spying on the Shinra board meeting and, Scarlet looks up at you and just like, something smells. Or something stinks or something. Speaking of 7, hello, Hojo! Lols. That's number 2. Number 3. I love how he gave a vague, that area over there, and we just assume where all these places are supposed to be. still haven't done those job quests. I should probably go do them at some point. Let's see, here's number 5. And number 6 is up here. Alright, and back down to the fishing hole. Okay, the spring that leads to the House of the Fierce. For some reason, this music just makes me think of Hien. Like, I don't know why. Kind of makes me happy inside. I may make an alt character who I do ship with Hien, since I've pretty much 100% been like, alright, screw Endwalker's ending, I will find a way to make Xenos live. No doubt you are wondering just why the liquid smells so foul. Well, it is made from a mix of pungent ingredients, animal innards, resin, and garlic, to name but a few. It does a fantastic job of keeping the beasts at bay. One of my friends in the Alamegan Resistance taught me how to make it. Oh, and you will want to give your clothes, let's see, 3 thorough scrubbings ought to do it. Whee! I am stinky now! But yeah, I had gone into Endwalker before thinking, okay, if Xenos, like, affirmatively, completely, like, there is no doubt that he is gone for good at the end of Endwalker, I was going to say that Shallan would wind up, with Amric and Hien, doing a, you know, a Makote thing where she doesn't actually settle down with a single mate. But I have decided that the way Endwalker ended, there's no firm ideas that he's gone. We did not kill him the way we ended Ascians before. There's no reason why he can't technically come back. So even if the game, for whatever reason, doesn't ever bring him back, I have the peace of mind knowing that I have a way of saying that he's still around, and thus I can make my ship continue. So I may make a different alt one day, probably an Aura, who I will ship with Hien, probably, because he does deserve to have a ship. I do like Hien a lot. Tiny caterpillars! Those are actually pretty darn big caterpillars, I'm just saying. Help this child. Thank you, thank you, thank you! If you hadn't come along, I don't know what I would have done. What are you doing out here, child? What am I doing out here? Oh, looking for flowers. I need some for my parents' graves. The ones my brother and I usually bring are yellow, because that was my mother's favorite color. You haven't seen any, have you? I will go look for yellow flowers for you, child. These giant rhino beetles. I thought freaking Alamigo had giant bugs. Hungry caterpillar. And now I have a rhino beetle. on my tail, as reasons. Not like the palace rhino beetles and don't do a freaking lot of damage when they do their charge attack. Alrighty then, sweat. Avoid the beetle's ire. Here we can get a good look at the rest of Yanxia that we can currently explore, but it's a good overview of it. In the distance you can see some familiar construction. Only yellow ones will do. Mother wouldn't have wanted anything else. There you go. Yellow flowers. Ah, you found some. Thank you so much, miss. That's twice you saved me now. If you have some time to spare, maybe you could come with me? I'm sure Mother and Father would want to meet the woman who showed me so much kindness. We buried them on a cliff to the west of the village. There's a path through the terraces. I'll show you. Okay, we will go to your parents' graves. Leave them a little offering. This is not the way. You actually have to go into the village and up and around. Ah! Let's see. Ah, that way, I think. Maybe? Ah, maybe up there. That's probably where it is. It's been a little bit. I don't remember how to get up there. Alright, hold on. This, maybe? This is the path I took earlier to get to the rice paddies. Alright, yeah, this should be it. And more beetles. Here we are. We're here. Give me just a moment to put down the flowers and I'll introduce you. They love to meet travelers and hear tales of faraway places. Maybe you could tell them one about your homeland? Azami! Azami! Are you there? Azami! What in the... You should not be here. Get away from my sister. Don't be so rude. She saved me from monsters, brother. She even helped me pick flowers for Mother and Father. Go back to the village. Now. You're scaring me. I said go! Stay inside and lock the door until I return. Go on, kiddo. Don't think me ungrateful. My sister is the only family I have. If you saved her, then thank you. But it changes nothing. I asked you to leave, and now I'm asking you again. I'm not going to report you to the Imperials or anything stupid like that, but it's too dangerous for you to stay here, so please, I'm begging you, just leave us alone. Is that really what you want? How many times do I have to tell you? If they find you here, we're the ones they'll punish, and it'll be 1,000 times worse than before. My mother and father believed in the rebellion. They left to fight for Lord Cayenne. They came home on a cart driven by Imperials. The soldiers demanded that the families of the insurgents present themselves, or else they'd burn the whole village to the ground. So we did. What choice did we have? They beat us in the village square, with their hands, with sticks, with anything. They kicked us while we lay on the ground begging for mercy. They made us denounce my mother and father, call them fools, call them traitors, say they deserved to die. We heard them laugh, but I dared not look up. One leaned close and whispered in my ear what he'd do to my sister if they had to come back. They're gone, but they're never far. All it takes is the wrong word in the wrong ear and they'll return. And then I'll have to dig another grave, if I'm lucky. Whatever you came here to do, leave us out of it. If you want to fight the Imperials, go and fight them on your own. You can't help us. No one can. Then this is all we've got, so please, don't take it from us. Alright, let's go find Yugiri again. Splat. What's wrong, Shara? Did something happen? You're come at a good time, Shara. We but recently completed our inquiries. What of yours? Found a kid who hated my guts. I was not aware of these events. The boy Issei, he told you all of this? Such disgraceful, despicable crimes. If I knew the men responsible, I would not hesitate to hunt them down and... Forgive me. That outburst was unbecoming. The more I learn of the Imperial's actions in my absence, the more difficult I find it to marshal my emotions. Could Lord Hien have foreseen this? That our people's spirits would be broken so? Though at first I scoffed at his pronouncement, it feels all too possible now that he might resolve to surrender himself. Alright, those are better than what I currently have. Oh, hold on. We have more blue quests. How many blue quests are... 1, 2, 3... Oh, I guess this is just all of them. I find I'm gonna do all these quests before I even get the first actual in the wild Aether Current. I've lost my grandchild. Please help me search for him. He was right next to me until a short while ago. I cannot believe I lost sight of him so easily. He was asking a lot of questions about the One River. Perhaps he went there searching for something. Though I truly hope that is not the case. I have heard a group of Lupin looters roam the area of late. Please search along the One River for my grandson. I shall continue to look for him here. Oh, we're out here. Might as well. West. West? West. Might not be able to get to it. Splat. Oh, maybe. I can go through that gate. northwest. 35 yalms northwest. No, that was a wind sprite. Northeast. It's... That makes no sense. I am confusion. Unless it's up there, possibly. Let's see. It might just be at the cliff where we just were. Up this very precarious path. Southwest, that is generally where we are heading. West. Ah, there it is, yep. Okay. Glad I decided to pop that, otherwise I would be annoyed for how long it would take to find stuff and things. Alright. Okay, let's see. And Roxas seems to think the number 2 is important to say to y'all. Because they are still going crazy. Is that the wedding chocobo? No, that's just a white chocobo. They fed it things to turn it white. South. Well, we're generally heading south. Leave me alone, Rhino Beetle. More south. But first, we have a grandson to find. Oh, look, there's the Aether Current. We'll get the Aether Current first, then. Wandering grandson. Where would I be? There you are. Grandfather's looking for me, you say, but I cannot go back just yet. I am still searching for what was taken from me. I was minding my own business, gathering mugworts, when some nasty lupin stole them right out of my hands. Would you ask the lupin if they would give me back my plants? You'll find them on the other side of the river. Really? Thieving lupin just stole things from you and you want me to just go ask for them back. Oh, child. Alright, this is shallow enough that we can just cross by. Why do those things look like terminus beasts? Give me plants. You would have us return some insignificant child's mugworts? Do not make me laugh. This whole area belongs to us, including any plants that may happen to be plucked by any child of man. Alright then, you asked for this. Have the mugworts back. Oh, there they are. Give me. Alright. Now we should just be able to theoretically cross this bridge. I don't think it's broken. Yeah, this bridge is fine. Or not. It's broken halfway through. Whee! Okay. Well then let's just fall down. Ow. Boat. Okay. Now. You know what? Really weird detail of something I might like to do in this game one day is just be able to drive a boat around. I mean, I know you can sort of use your mounts as boats when you're able to fly, but still. It's like, they're boats. You should be able to use a boat. I don't know. Random little things. Did you get them to return my mugworts? Well, I had to kill them, but here you go. Oh, thank you so much. I was trying to collect plants to make some medicine. I read about it in one of my grandfather's botancy books. There are so many sick people in the village. I just wanted to help. There was one thing I need for the medicine, waterweed. I tried to fish some out of the river earlier with a pole, but I didn't have much luck. Could you get some for me? Now we have to go diving for the child. Whee! Hopefully not get swept up in the river. Down we go. They really decided to go a bit crazy with the underwater areas in this2expansion, and then they got bored of it for later ones. In fact, I don't think there's like maybe 1-2 places you actually dive in Endwalker. And it's very sad. It's like, I really like the underwater exploration that this expansion had for us. Just a fun little neat thing, and a lot more fun than all those freaking follow the NPC without being spotted things that they did in Endwalker. They did that a little bit too much. Did you get some waterweed? Yay, now I have everything I need. I'll go back to Grandfather now. Thank you for your help. Go back up to the village. I do really just like the music they play here in Yanxia. It's just very peaceful. Alright, Ryosen, I found your grandson. My grandson is at last returned. He told me all about how you helped him gather the ingredients he needed to make medicine. While I'm glad he has grown to be a kind-hearted boy, there is still much he needs to learn about discipline and manners. However, those Lupin should really know better than to steal from a mere child. Their race was once famed for being loyal vassals to some of Doma's mightiest warlords. When Doma was crushed by the Empire, some of them managed to escape, choosing to live as bandits. It pains me to see a race once so proud fall so low. Something else we have Garlemald to thank for, I suppose. And now we have this one. Could I ask you to help with a problem of mine? It concerns water serpents that have recently infested the One River. They used to only be found further to the west, but for some reason or another, some have found their way closer to Namai. If prepared properly, they are quite delectable. However, there are far more in the river than one could ever hope to cook. No, their numbers must be controlled by other means. Perhaps slay a few of them for me. Enough to stop them from taking the whole river for their own. Oh, and should you happen to get your hands on some few of their livers, please deliver them to my husband, Sinte. You'll find him at the Drunken Toad to the east. Alright. Go kill some snakes. Snakes. Leave me alone, Beetle. I don't want to buy your wares today. Alright, there's the snakes. Two tanks that are most similar to each other, funny enough, are Gunbreaker and Paladin. Like, they do have a fair number of differences, but the fact that they both have a solo dot and an AoE dot, while the other tanks don't, kind of stands out a bit. It's like, Pally has its whole magic combo, whereas Gunbreaker has the bullet combo. Cats are still losing their minds. Very much so. What are you two doing? Roxas is under the blanket. Now she's on top of the blanket, and they are trying to fight each other. And it's a little bit funny. And they are both just like right on my leg. Crazy boys. But like, seriously, how are these supposed to be plains? These do not look like well, out there those look like plains. These are very steep hills that are not at all plain-like at all. Where is this woman's husband? At some sort of tavern or something. Alright, he's up close to the where we came in from. Alright. Past the tigers. This little shack here. For some reason this shack is called the Drunken Toad, and I'm not entirely sure why. Do you have business with me, traveler? Livers. Water serpent livers, but why did you think to bring these to me? Your wife told me to. Boys! Ah, my wife put you up to it, did she? My sincerest thanks. I shall boil these and eat them shortly. Back in the days when I made my living transporting rice up and down the river, I used to slay any water serpents I saw and take them home to cook. Of course, that all stopped once the Empire blocked off the one river. It is thanks to nature and kind strangers like you that I am able to put food on my table these days. Thank you so much. And now we have all the Aether Currents besides the one we get for completing the area, and 2 others. Do we find those other 2 on this half of the map, maybe? I wouldn't think so, but you never know. I guess since the other half of the map is entirely blocked off, even if you can fly. Leave me alone, tiger. Alright. Up here is Yugiri somewhere. There's got to be something we can do, right? We can't just give up and go home, not after everything we've been through. Despite everything we have seen and learned, I refuse to renounce this cause. Perhaps we should return to the House of the Fierce and consult with our comrades. Perhaps together we might... Did you hear that? Quickly, we must find a place to hide. Run away, run away! Hide and seek with Daddy, Kappa. Wait, no, he's not here yet. We don't get to see him for a while. Is someone coming? I didn't hear anything. Behind me, Shara. They come from the south.
Imperials.
Why are you milling about like a pack of slack-jawed mongrels? Form a line! Now! Finally. I come before you today to deliver an announcement of the highest import. So listen well. While on a charitable mission to Isari village, the acting viceroy and her personal guard came under attack from Confederate forces.
Charitable village.
This brazen, unconscionable act cannot and will not go unanswered. As loyal subjects of the Empire, who enjoy her safety and prosperity, you have a duty to defend her as well. There is no cause for alarm. We have no intention of sending ill-trained fodder to the front line. Those who are selected will be expected to perform rudimentary tasks, cleaning and maintenance and so forth. You will serve only as long as you are needed. Afterwards, you'll be free to return to your homes. You first.
The Empire has no pressing need of cleaners. This is but a thinly veiled attempt to intimidate those who supported the Confederacy's actions, and isolate any whose loyalty they already suspect.
And lastly, you. That should suffice for now.
Don't worry. I will be back before you know it. Listen to the elders while I'm away, and do not play outside the village. Everything is going to be fine. I love you, all right? Remember that I love you.
We thank you for your cooperation. Rest assured that this will all be over very soon, once the Confederacy has been made to pay our own ruby tithe.
There's no telling what might happen to those people. We have to help them.
And we shall. But before all else, we must needs ascertain their destination. I doubt this is the first village the Garleans have visited, nor is it like to be the last. I will track these men. Will you help me?
Sure.
Pray return to our headquarters and tell the others what you saw here. Should we have need of reinforcements, I would know that they are ready.
But I should be going with you. I came here to fight!
Soon enough, Lys. Soon enough. For now, we must proceed with caution.
I know that. I do. It's just... when I saw them rounding those people up... Look, if anything happens, anything at all, you'd better call for us. I mean it, Yugiri. Anything at all.
Take a deep breath, Lys. Regardless of what the officer claimed, I fear they have crueler designs for these people. With me, Shara, we must hurry. Alright, let's go save some people who are willing to be herded like sheep. Given the circumstances, we must make every effort to refrain from needless violence. Here, it is a shinobi's tool for when a more discreet approach is required. Use it with these darts. They are coated with an alchemical reagent that induces a deep sleep. There are soldiers patrolling ahead. Were circumstances different, we could engage them directly, but for the villagers' sake, we dare not risk it. We will use our blowguns to incapacitate them. Regardless of your familiarity with such weapons, you are a veteran warrior, and I'm sure it will come naturally to you. Nevertheless, practice is in order. I've already done a side quest that teaches me how to do this stuff, Yugiri. I have practiced. You can make me practice some more. There. The soldier on the hill below. Take aim and fire. If the dart finds its mark, he should fall within moments. Do the thing. Night-night, buddy. Shara is not a fan of this method. Seems very cowardly and not at all fun. Well done, my friend. Now give me your map. There's a vantage point from which you may observe and fire upon the other soldiers. Worry not, I shall be with you every step of the way, keeping watch for other patrols. We shall speak again on the other side of the river. Like, Shara hates these blowguns. It's just like, what is the point in sniping your enemies when they never even have a chance to fight back and look you in the eyes? She very much has her father's philosophies. Alright, so we have 1. 3. 4. And this guy's a little bit tougher to hit. 5. There we go. All of them down. Last Imperial soldier crumbles to the ground asleep. You put away your blowgun and prepare to rejoin Yugiri. We go through this fate. Didn't give me the fate joined music. Have I already walked through that fate at some point or something? I don't know. This person's random. This person is very random. I am not sure what this is about. Interesting. Excellent work, Shara. They appear to be none the wiser. The villagers are being held at the Castrum South, Fluminus. Once it was a base of operations for the Garlean occupation, until 10 or so years ago when they relocated to Doma Castle. Now the Castrum serves as little more than a storage facility. I spy 2 sentries near the gates. As you have proven yourself to have impeccable aim, I would ask you to incapacitate them. This very hill should afford you a clear shot. Alright, up we go. Shara continues to groan at this cowardly way of dealing with enemies. It's like, are you not a ninja, Yugiri? Can you not just sneak attack them? There's one. And the other guy is here. Alright, they're both down. Two sentries slumber side by side. No others appear to be forthcoming. Fine work, Shara. You have a gift for the ways of the shinobi. The way is clear. Let us move closer and see what has become of the villagers. Is she looking for Ashfan? Just a place to settle down? Okay. Sir, the Yan from the other villages are assembled for inspection. Very good. I will address them personally. Attention! Shortly you will be transported to the facility on the distant shore. Your duties, as you have been previously informed, will be rudimentary in nature. More specifically, you will be tasked with the repair and maintenance of various arms and armament, as well as Magitech devices. Magitech? But we're farmers. We don't know the first thing about Magitech. It'll take us months, if not years, to learn how to do that kind of work. The material in question was damaged when your kith and kin rose up in rebellion. Therefore, you bear the responsibility for its repair. If you cannot perform your duties, you will learn how, and if you cannot learn how, then your villages may find themselves at the mercy of the Confederacy and other radical elements. Is that what you want? Deal with this rabble. I am needed at the castle. March! This is no temporary measure. Those men and women will die in servitude. Once they are taken to the other facility, it will be too late. If we are to intervene, we must do so now. Agreed? Then let us be about it. Alright. I probably need those for my dancer. Despite the urgency of the situation, we must still proceed with the utmost caution to ensure the safety of the villagers. To wit, we must infiltrate the castrum without raising the alarm. I will deal with any soldiers near the entrance. Stand watch for others approaching from the north until you hear my signal. Guard duty. How boring. For our mercy, you spy no Imperial patrols bound for the castrum. A hawk's cry pierces the silence. Yugiri is waiting. Speak softly, lest others hear us. What of the outside? Not a soul to be seen. That is good. We may proceed as planned. These ones shall not soon wake. However, the others are too close for the villagers. Are too close to the villagers. Incapacitating them, as I did these ones, is far too risky. Fortunately, a solution presents itself. I would have you disguise yourself as an Imperial soldier and convince them that a changing of the guard is in order. You have your pick of uniforms. They shall not protest. Attempting to wear this uniform might force you to confront certain uncomfortable realities better left unexplored. Oh, I can't fit in a Lalafell uniform. This uniform is far too large for you to wear comfortably. Fine, fine. This uniform appears to be more or less your size. With all due care and consideration, you relieve the sleeping soldier of their uniform. You have chosen to your liking, then. Excellent. I shall hide these ones where no one will find them. Why are you talking like a sylph, Yugiri? Come on now. Our sleeping beauties have been laid to rest in their bunks. Oh, and while I was in the barracks, I happened upon these spare uniforms in case the items in your possession are not to your liking. This Kabuto and Teko should match the Uwagi, Hakama, and Choka in your possession. And with that, you have a full set. I am sure that once you change, it will seem as though it was bespoke. You will need to give the soldiers guarding the villagers a proper imperial salute to complete the deception and convince them to come here, where I will be waiting to deal with them. Tech appears to be filled with a nigh infinite supply of Kabuto and Teko. Just in case, for whatever reason, you don't actually already have the stuff. Alright, so Kabuto, Wagi, Teko, Hakama, and Choka. And who needs to hide my face, lols? Might as well, though. Just for reasons. But not have things attack me, please. Not while I'm wearing this garbage uniform. Alright, where's my Imperial Salute? Changing of the guard, is it? About bloody time. Just looking at these on is making me depressed. Reminds me of when I was in their shoes, pissing myself in fear. Well then. It's a good thing I'm also playing a Gunbreaker. Adds to the deception a bit. Is it time already? Not that I'm complaining, mind, but I thought the others would be gone longer. Alright, Yugiri. That's a big head just randomly here in the castrum. Just a few more years. These ones shall sleep soundly along with the others. And with that, there are no more soldiers to trouble us. You can dispose of that accursed uniform too. It is time to guide the villagers to their freedom. I actually kind of want to stick this uniform in my glamour chest. I'm just saying. It looks very suitable to her. Considering she is a good chunk Garlean, after all. So I may actually hold on to that. Let's see. Let's not go around that way. Avoid undue attention.
Listen to me, all of you. We have dealt with the Imperials for now, but you must flee this place, quickly.
Dealt with them? Oh no. You didn't kill them, did you?
No, we didn't. Take a deep breath, it's fine.
Are you mad? There's no escaping the Empire. Running will only make it worse.
To stay is to die. You know this to be true. Even if you lack the will to fight, surely you have the will to live! Or has that, too, been beaten out of you? Is this what has become of Doma?
You were Lord Hien's retainer, trained to fight without fear and obey without question. Well, we're not. We're lost and afraid. We hate this, all of this, but we can't do a damn thing to change it, and trying will only make it worse. It's a pathetic existence, but it's all we got. And when people like you come here pretending it can be different, it doesn't help, all right?
Peace, boy. Peace. She came to help, and for that we should be grateful.
Elder, your face.
We all have scars. Some too many to bear. Too many battles. Too much lost. Our friends, our family, even our liege. We who survived are forced to bend the knee, to sell our souls and surrender our dignity. How are we to lift our heads when this shame weighs so heavily upon us? Your courage, your resolve, they are as salt in our wounds.
If they only knew what you would do for them, my lord. You have made your plight clear, and I shall impose my will no more. But know this, brothers and sisters of Doma. For all you have suffered, for all the horror and the ignominy, you are still here. You are still alive. My lord prays you value your life as highly as he does. As for me, I swear by all the kami in creation that I will free you from this torment, no matter the cost.
If the Imperials come for me, I will tell them we were tricked by an Ori woman.
Tell them whatever you must, to keep your loved ones safe.
Why would you... After everything?
Hien is also a really good character. Like, again, Stormblood may not have the strongest overall plot and story. It's us just going and liberating two nations from the Empire. But the characters are what make Stormblood. From Xenos to Hien to Fordola, Yugiri, to these side characters in the villages, Yatsuyu, Gosetsu, all these characters just make Stormblood what it is. And it's what makes Stormblood stand out to me. I really wish more people would be able to see it. Apologies, Shara. I was lost in thought. Mayhap they have the right of it. Mayhap we are fools for urging them to rise up once more. Yet I believe, I have to believe, that in their heart of hearts they still... Now is not the time. We must finish what we started. I have in my possession a powerful medicine that befuddles the mind and memories. We must administer it to the soldiers ere they wake. The medicine will leave the soldiers confused and unable to clearly recall the recent events. They will suspect they fell asleep at their posts and be reluctant to discuss it with others. It is not more than a temporary measure, but we dare not kill them for the sake of the villagers. Tend to the last two I put to sleep. I shall see to the others. Where to dump this guy? Over here. These freaking creepy dogs. Mother, is that you? Nope, nope, I ain't your mama. This guy goes way over here. Ah. Just trying to avoid being noticed by that thing. It's so nice when I have continuation again. This guy here. Take your medicine. I wanna go home. I know, buddy. I know. You made your choice, though. She should be hanging out somewhere along the shoreline. I think. Yep, there she is.
Forgive me for making you search. It calms me, the sound. It helps me to remember the sway of the ocean when I close my eyes.
Despite the many great and noble things I said, in truth I am not of Doma. I was born beneath the waves of the Ruby Sea.
This I know, Yugiri.
To think that you were there, that you even spoke with my mother and father.
They and your brothers miss you, and pray for your safety.
They are in good health, then. The knowledge is of great comfort to me. That I might have the strength to protect my home from the Empire, I left to learn the secrets of the shinobi. Day and night we trained, ever striving to exceed our mental and physical limits. After a time, my skills were recognized, and I was dispatched to assist the Doman Liberation Front. It was then that I met Lord Kyan and his son, and their loyal samurai.
Technically, you
Gosetsu.
met Ian before that, but...
Good men all. Brave and true, so clear their eyes, so pure their purpose. Any shinobi would have been proud to serve them, and Doma. But, in the end, I will always be of the sea. Every day, I pray for my home and for the people I left behind, that they might be spared the wages of war and live in peace, untouched by this madness. I confessed this to Lord Hien once. Do you know what he said to me? He said, "Good. We are better for the conviction of our allies, and draw inspiration from their example. What is weak alone may together grow stronger." Never did I lose faith in them. Even when all was lost and I led our people to Eorzea, I clung to the belief that our dream would one day be realized. But when I gazed into those eyes bereft of hope, when those broken men balked at liberty, the dream was shattered.
Together we are strong, and we must carry on. Actually, Shara would probably be silent, but...
That you remain resolute, even in the face of everything we have seen. It heartens me more than you know. Thank you for standing by this naive fool. An Imperial airship. It is bound for Doma Castle. Quickly, we must rejoin the others.
It's carrying Daddy! This part of the story makes Shara very excited. Anything makes her excited. It's hearing of clashes between her parents. wish that they could have Yugiri actually be welcomed back home. Like, sure, she got to go home for the ranged role quest in Walker, but it's not the same as them actually just allowing her to come home. Like, there's no reason for her to be exiled anymore. Not really. Alright, let's actually go about this the proper way this time. And not twist my ankle or break my bike. Come, we must tell the others of this airship, or hear what they know of it.
There you are. What happened? Are the villagers all right?
We freed them, along with many others. Gosetsu, we spied an airship bound for the castle. Know you aught of it?
Aye, that we do. The Crown Prince is come to Doma.
We suspect this is a result of recent events in Girabania. Our defeat notwithstanding, there appears to be some concern in Garlemald that subversive elements may be rallying in other provinces. Though Yotsuyu governs Doma, Xenos remains the province's anointed viceroy, and it would seem he has come to assess the current situation in person.
If Xenos is here, we must seize this opportunity and kill him.
Good luck with that, Yugiri.
Would that it were so simple, Lady Yugiri. You may recall that we encountered Xenos at Rolga's Reach. We have seen firsthand what he can do. His power defies explanation. He faced the Alliance, the Resistance, and the Scions, and he defeated us all.
Technically didn't defeat me. I was still fighting ready. Just left.
We survived and learned from the experience, it is true. But if we are to defeat him, it will not be through simple opportunism. We will require a flawless plan.
We know his strengths. A prodigious swordsman trained from childhood by the finest Imperial tutors, reputed to be without equal on the battlefield, which is why we must not meet him there.
You're being a little arrogant.
We keep to the shadows.
You don't know
of the shinobi,
enough about him.
And thence we
saying.
strike. You need only give me the chance.
You don't know why he is the way he is.
Were this but a matter of personal revenge, I would not presume to bar your path, for I myself crave that same vengeance. But to draw steel against the Emperor's son is a grave decision, and one that will shape our nation's future. Do not forget Lord Hien's words.
What, that we should sheathe our swords if the people lack the will to fight? I will not squander this opportunity. If we do naught, our master's life is forfeit.
Even should you succeed, Xenos' death will not win Doma her freedom. More likely, her doom. Can we defend our people against the Empire's retribution? We few against a legion? Do not be a fool, child!
Mayhap I am a fool with foolish dreams of a future that will never be. But I will not forsake them!
Yugiri, wait!
What now?
I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go for round 2 against Xenos. Must go fight him. A compulsion of her mother's that Shara understands very well. She might not understand the reason behind it, but she knows that they want to fight. And that's enough for her. I will not pursue her. It is for her to think on our master's words and recognize the futility of her course. Those, at least, are my thoughts upon the matter. Yours may be different. Should you wish to give chase, I will not bar your path. We each have but one life, and it is not to be spent recklessly in pursuit of our goals. I pray she realizes this soon. I want to go fight Xenos again. Fighting Xenos is always fun. I thought I possessed a greater sense than this. Why is she so eager to risk everything with this mad plan? It's like, I don't know why Yugiri is so obsessed with fighting him. I would know why Shallan was so obsessed with fighting him. Just because it was impulsive need for the fact that they are soulmates and they are always drawn to each other. They cannot stay away from each other. That's my explanation anyway. It has become daytime. And we have to wait all the way until nighttime for the solo instance that's coming up. Whee! Did Gosetsu send you to stop me? Then you came of your own free will. I should be surprised if you agree with my chosen course. No one else did. But it is not as fanciful as they would have you believe. Scant moments ago, I received the Crown Prince's itinerary from one of our spies at the castle. 'Twould seem Xenos has no desire to remain in Doma any longer than necessary. He wishes to inspect the moon gates this very eve. His impatience is to our advantage. He arrived without warning and gave Yatsuyu no time to prepare. The whole castle is in a state of upheaval. To avoid any delay, he has disinclined a full escort and will be traveling with no more than a handful of soldiers. The kami could not have blessed us with more auspicious circumstances. I will kill him, Shara. I will. Not alone. Not that there will be any death happening, but, you know. I know the odds. I know what he is capable of, and that in an open confrontation I will likely die. But if I succeed, then countless lives will be saved. Doma, Alamigo, everything will change. One life for that world is a price I would pay 1,000 times over. What? What is it? Why are you looking at me like that? Do you mean to join me? Thank you. Thank you. I cannot well express what this means to me. We have so much to discuss, but we can do so on the way. Yuzuka Manor is some distance from here. We must hurry. Stay calm. No one knows you were here. No one knows you saw anything. No one knows you overheard 2 rebels plotting to kill the Crown Prince. God, stupid, stupid, stupid! You know how this ends, and they have only themselves to blame. You have to tell them. You have to. Like, it just... I think at this point, when I was first playing through, every time they mentioned killing Xenos, the part of me that is Shallan flinched. Like, yes, Shallan desperately wanted to fight him, but she never wanted to kill him. Like, even she couldn't explain it. Like, she knew his crimes and how, you know, everyone hated him for, you know, all the reasons, but she could never bring herself to want to kill him. Fight him, yes. Kill him, never. So I just felt that flinch in my soul every time. Let's see, that is a Lupin. That is another Lupin. We are going to have to swim. All the bridges are broken. Fine. Alright, fine. We will swim. South. Hold on. There it is. Good thing I impulsively decided to check. Southeast. Leave me alone. These aren't so much obviously in your path as the Heavensward ones generally were. So you do still have to do some exploring for them. Continuing southeast is probably up around there, inside the castrum. Yep, there it is. Okay, they're near the main story beats, but you do actually have to look around for them a bit. But that should be all the Aether Currents here. I just need the one granted for completing the area. Anyway, alright, back to you, Gary. Glad I decided to look for those real quick. Leave me alone, things. this is far enough. Let us discuss our plan of attack. Where's that level up? Alright. Let me go ahead and... Okay, I didn't get a headpiece, but... all my other stuff... Huh, I didn't get any other... Didn't get a body thing, but I don't think I did anyway. Alright, so, but I did get gauntlets. I didn't get shoes? Huh, okay. Go ahead and save that, and I'll stop by a town at some point and equip new stuff for that. Alright. I did get new... No. I didn't get a new weapon. I need to go find a new weapon at some point. Alright. Alright. That's as good as it's getting for now, apparently. I do need a new headpiece at some point. Oh! Anyway, I'm just a very weirdly dressed dancer at the moment. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just fight Xenos' gunbreak. Well, no, because I've already screwed that up. Oh, well, whatever. You know, it's fine. I'll just do this scene dressed weirdly. Xenos' itinerary is as follows. He will depart Doma Castle by ship and approach the moon gates. The Magitech field will be deactivated briefly, allowing his vessel to pass. It will then continue to these very docks, where he and his entourage will disembark. As you can see, this area is not ideal for an ambush. Multiple wide-open avenues of escape. The manor is better suited to our needs. Let us split up and search for suitable hiding places. And this outfit isn't totally weird, but it's kind of weird. Lols. I definitely should probably stop by Kugane at some point and get better gear. Inside here. Surrounded by walls and deserted, this location appears to be ideal for concealment. Oh, there you are. From the roof we would have a clear view of the docks. It is settled. We shall lie in wait here until Xenos arrives. As discussed, if all goes to plan, he shall fall with my first blow. If not, then the two of us will have to engage him in open combat. His escort is of no consequence, which means that we will have a 2-to-1 advantage. Nevertheless, he is not to be underestimated. All that remains is to wait. I trust that you are ready. Fine. I'm gonna do a thing. Real quick. Gotta get the glamour plate applied and then come back and actually fight him as a gunbreaker. And also do a quick stop in the shop to see if I can get a better headpiece for my dancer while I'm here. I excel at wasting time. No, not you. Well, actually, I might need you. Civil War gear. Level 64. See if the headpiece is any better. Nope, it's not. Okay, well then. Do you have any better weapons? Nope. Okay then. Well, alright. Yay, wasted time, except for the fact that I needed to do this. Whee! Alright. Back to Namai. And back that way. Bamboo! Bamboozled! That's where we can cross. Sneak past all these Lupin. Lulz. And we are going to have to swim again. I'm ready now, Yugiri. I wanted to... It's like, Shara would not imagine herself fighting as a dancer. It's not her favorite job. Not by a long shot. Doesn't feel appropriate. Would feel very weird. All that remains is to wait. I trust that you are ready. Yep, let's go now. We wait at least, like, 8 hours.
He comes.
The village is not far, my lord. If it please you, we shall escort you there directly.
Less a province than a graveyard. The rotting husk of a broken nation devoid of proper sport. But as his radiance wishes...
He does not like his dad.
Of course, my lord. And may I say how terribly sorry we are that you had to come so far.
We labored long to sow the seeds of hatred, of fear, to train them as beasts. Now we shall see the harvest. Let there be savage beasts baying for blood, and not hollow-eyed prey cowering in the dark, or there will be no joy in this hunt.
It's like, yeah, I see you. I think you did the exact opposite of what he wanted. I'm just saying. If it wasn't for us, he would be very disappointed. And he'd probably kill you. Probably. Thankfully, we're here. We save everyone's lives, even Yatsuyu's, apparently. Use that assassinate move a lot, Yugiri. Do it. Yes, he happened to know you were there the whole time.
Shinobi? And me without my brute.
How weak you are. Is this the sum of your hate?
This is only the beginning. For Lord Kayed! For Doma!
That poor Pylus. He's having a very bad day.
Mayhap I shall test this new blade of yours. Let us hope it is to my liking, lest your misfortunes compound. Then again, I am loath to expend such effort on the unworthy. Come, earn the honor.
Hello, Xenos. Hi, Daddy! Time for another fight. I'm not weak.
This day you die! Leave this to me!
It looks exciting, Gary.
Alright. Let us put you to the proof.
No, I must fight on! I must!
Run!
That's not what the text said. Lost. Dark? Okay, that explains the question I always had.
Give me something to remember.
Away from those. Come on, Daddy. She calls him Daddy because he's actually her father. It's not any weird kinky thing.
Yeah.
It still hits me anyway, alright.
Run, beast, run!
I'm not running from you.
Don't stop now.
Lightless spark.
I see.
I wasn't done yet. Oh, hi, Yanxia. Didn't know you were cowering over here.
Ah, I remember you. Alamegan, the champion of the savages.
Look ye where the sun doth rise, see crimson embers darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall, see azure lost amidst the squall.
Actually gave a reason for that happening, as in the previous encounter, Shallan had actually shot that spike with a bullet and weakened it. And so in this fight it broke off. That was the reason I put it in anyway. And then she gets her first glimpse of his face and she fell absolutely madly in love with him.
Oh, how right I was to spare your life.
She didn't realize she was in love with him, but she was madly in love with him at this point. Look at it smile. That happy cat squint.
Hear me, hero. Endure. Survive. Live. For the rush of blood. For the time between the seconds. Live. For the sole pleasure left me in this empty, ephemeral world. Live! You are not worthy.
Get away from them, you imperial dog!
Now, when did he learn how to use a bow in the first place?
No, don't.
Bow actually
You
takes
must-
practice.
You must flee.
We're not going anywhere, do you hear me? We're not running away! What you're doing is stupid and reckless, and I never wanted any part of it, but here we are! I've spent my whole life hating myself. For every time they made me beg, for every time I held my tongue to protect the people I love. And then you came along and reminded me of all the things I never said and never did, and it was even worse. I would have given anything to forget, to walk away, but I knew I'd never be able to live with the guilt. So we came, all of us, for you, for ourselves, for Donna!
Death is death, regardless of the reason. Yet you seem determined to die, intruding upon this sacred ground, turning weapons you can scarcely wield upon me. Your lives will not even begin to redress the balance.
I love the detail of how dark his eyes are, kind of giving a hint that he doesn't sleep well.
Go, now! Gosetsu, see to Yugiri!
Hey!
I can't see a damn thing. Someone stop them!
I actually have that Shallan had to literally be knocked out to keep from pursuing Xenos at this point.
My lord?
She was actually screaming at him to come back. Which led to her friends being very concerned about her. "'Tis not that will not heal with time." It's all right. Here, have some water. Ugh. I don't think we were followed. Gods, I have no idea what was going through that man's head, but I am heartily glad he decided to leave. Oh, and don't thank us, thank Alphino. He's at the House of the Fierce, patiently awaiting your gratitude. You should have seen the way he turned pale when he heard about Yugiri's plan, and how you, of all people, had decided to help her. He was in such a panic, barking orders, calling for a squadron to be assembled. As were you. I was rather composed, as I recall, though that is neither here nor there. Really? I'm here having an emotional moment with these people and you had to attack me, you weasel? Is everyone ready? This will give me the last Aether Current. Okay then. Can you believe it? We faced the Crown Prince himself and lived to tell the tale. Because he didn't feel like messing with y'all. Just saying. It had nothing to do with you. You've no idea what this means for us. Everyone's talking about getting more weapons and armor and we're not going to stop until we've taken back our homeland. Ah, right. Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, are we? We've got wounded to tend to first. We should get back to the village. How are you feeling? After fighting that demon, I can only imagine. I suppose I had to apologize to you for, you know. Anyway, thank you for not giving up on us. The shinobi too.
How are you feeling, my
like
lady?
little pumpkins.
Much the better for my comrades' ministrations, and your most generous hospitality. You need not worry.
Good. If there is anything else we can do for the two of you, anything at all, just ask.
Stare any harder and you're like to burn a hole in them. Go and say your piece, for goodness sake.
I've got nothing more to say to them. I'm going to find out how the others are getting on.
Gosetsu, Mistress Alize, I owe you an apology. I acted with reckless disregard for my own safety, and endangered I know not how many others in so doing. Scorning your wise counsel, I knowingly defied our master's wishes, and left you no choice but to follow suit.
Nonsense. I followed our master's wishes to the letter. Consider once more his words, and the intent therein. In offering his head, he but sought to shield his people from harm, loyal retainers included. You must value your life more highly, Shadow Walker.
On the other hand, your recklessness did serve as an inspiration to many. Mayhap you should not be so hard on yourself. In any event, if you must apologize profusely, it seems only right that you expend as much effort thanking the one person who supported your plan from the first.
That it does. There are no words which will suffice. But thank you.
And there they are!
12 be praised. When I learned of your rather questionable plot to assassinate Xenos, I feared we would need to recruit a new primal slayer.
Nah, I'm fine, Alpha now.
I'm sorry we couldn't be there. Alize made me swear to stay behind no matter what. I think she was worried I'd hurl myself at Xenos the moment I set eyes on him.
I mean, you probably would. Gary certainly did.
What? You'll forgive me for changing the subject, but now would seem a good time to discuss where we go from here. Though the Empire has yet to retaliate, the fact remains that we have revealed our presence and signaled our intentions in so doing. It is only a matter of time before the Imperials move against us. Given that we lack the strength to oppose them, 'tis plain some manner of brilliant stratagem is required. Therefore, I yield the floor to the preeminent tactician of our time, with whom I was privileged to share a room.
These two are just so adorable at all times. They're precious.
If you insist. While in Kagane, we debated a number of approaches and were eventually forced to concede that we cannot look to the Alliance for aid. Even were it possible to ferry sufficient forces and materiel from Eorzea in a timely manner, such a massive undertaking would not long escape the attention of the Empire. It would be a miracle if our ships reached the shore. Fortunately, according to Tataru and Hancock's intelligence, the Empire has withdrawn most of its forces from Doma in the past year, leaving her relatively unguarded. That being the case, a popular uprising, spearheaded by the full might of the Doman Liberation Front, may feasibly be sufficient to threaten the seat of provincial government, namely Doma Castle. 'Twould be rather easier said than done, of course, but I have seen worse plans prevail.
Then we must needs meet with Lord Hien and convince him to return, for there is no surer way to inspire our people to rise up as one. He desired proof of his subjects' conviction, and they have provided it, through no less a deed than openly opposing Xenos himself.
It will work. It has to work. And next time, we will defeat him.
Defeat him, but don't kill him. I will be traveling to the Azim Steppe, Shira. I found Lord Hien once before, and I am confident I can do so again. Moreover, it was me whom he put to the question of Doma's resolve. I feel it my duty to deliver him our people's reply. Our countrymen's deeds speak for themselves. Lord Hien cannot deny the truth of their hearts. Too long has it been since I looked on his face. It would be of great comfort to see him again, and no small comfort if you were to join us in the search, I should add. I wonder what kind of man Hien is. From what I have heard, he is about the same age as me. Then there's Fordola, who isn't a whole lot younger than us both. Like her, he was born and raised in an imperial province. This is all he's ever known, but unlike her, he chose to do something about it. I want to meet him. I want to know why. Maybe if I understand that, it'll help me understand a lot of other things. In the meantime, how shall I occupy myself? The beloved king returning to urge his countrymen to rise up in rebellion. Not a story you'd ever hear in Sharlayan or Old is it? Not in those words, perhaps, but no land's people are so cynical to be wholly immune to inspiration. Singular individuals have the power to move hearts and minds no matter where they go. Doubtless you speak from personal experience. As much as this Lord Hien intrigues us, Shira, there are vital tasks to be attended to here. Preparations for the inevitable assault on Doma Castle, for one. There is also the matter of coordinating our efforts with the Confederacy and our comrades in Kugane, dealing with this troublesome Aetherite. I could go on, but you understand. Aye, so it goes. We all have our responsibilities. We shall depart for the Azim Steppe at once. You will be joining us, Shira? For our part, we will do what we can to aid the Doman Liberation Front in your absence. We will refrain from conducting any large-scale operations in your absence, and instead devote our energies to bolstering our ranks and training our new recruits. When you return, we will be ready for war. If anything happens, if you need us to come back sooner, you'd better contact us. Noble sacrifices are our last resort, remember? Follow me, my friends. We have many malms to travel before we reach the reunion. Wait, don't leave yet. Here, take these for the road. It's simple fare, but it's the least we can do for you after what you did for us. It may be stupid and naive of me to say this, but I will. When you come back, we'll finish what we started. We'll beat the Imperials and we'll win our freedom. Just don't keep us waiting too long. And with that, after we see these cutscenes, I think I will be finished for the day. Meanwhile, in the keep of Doma Castle.
I would expect no less of Bahamut's conqueror. Prepare the airship. His Radiance will not object. We have fulfilled our obligations here. I would see this prize for myself.
Do you understand why I appointed you to act in my stead? You, whose only accomplishment was to whisper the right words in the right ear. Because of your petty hatreds, they render you the perfect instrument to bleed your kinsman of hope, to make an example of Doma, such as was ordered. Listen well. If you yield Doma to the rebels, you will not be given another chance to beg forgiveness. Do your duty now, or die with the rest of them.
Are you all right, my lady? That was uncalled for.
This guy. I don't know about him.
Oh!
He's just so dumb.
They say your Eorzean is helping the rebels. I want her dead. I want her friends dead. I want the heads of everyone she knows and loves mounted on the castle walls.
You mean I can finally go after her? I've been waiting for this chance. I promise you, my lady, she won't escape this time. Not this time, oh no.
Everyone hates me, except for Xenos. Xenos is intrigued by me and loves me. I am the only interesting person in his entire life. Meanwhile, way out here. Random Estinian.
Aye. This is the place. When his shade was banished, you swore to leave this life behind. And yet here you are.
Yep. There's Estinian.
Yet, if this be the work of the eyes, what choice do you have but to end it? Or so the boy would say. Damn you, Alphino.
We're talking very quietly, Estinian. It's like, here, Heavensward music, because Estinian. Alrighty, I have the power of flight here in Yanxia. What is this blue quest then? So Several blue quests. What are these? Deliver a present. And then this has to do with this Lupin guy. Not sure what they actually unlock, but they are, I guess, relatively important. I may do them at some point, probably off screen though. Because I'm just mostly just streaming the main scenario stuff and unlocking Aether Currents. So, I'll probably handle that at the same time I handle these job quests that I have. Off screen at some point, when I think of it. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna call it here for today. So, thank you all so much. Never cease to be amazing, and bye for now.